Day 48 was all about the morning. Now, for me, this is one of my favorite times in the morning, and that's just kind of the way that my body clock works. For years, I pushed against it and wanted to be a person that lay in the morning and went out all night. And after a while, I was like a tired toddler that had been on a school trip. I just needed to go to bed. And as I've got older, I have two children, so they have always been early risers as well. But I love that possibility of the morning. I love those rituals that I have in place. Now, I want to talk about how you start your day today and see if there are any things that you can add in and also take away. Now, for me, and I can only say this now because my children are at a point where they do generally sleep through the night. Not always kind of smoothly, but generally they do. I, on the other hand, sometimes have broken sleep. But anyway, I prefer to be awake and conscious and sparky before my children wake up. For me, it feels much better for me to get ahead of the day, because I know as soon as they come in, they're very much like, okay, I've turned my button on and I'm on, so let's go. And there's questions and breakfast and can I have this? And I don't know where my whatever is. And I've really learnt to pay attention to what I need in that moment. And certainly as the summer starts to come in and the spring, for me, I always have this ritual of going to the back door. And our back door is sort of on the first floor. So you go down a staircase to the garden. It sounds very kind of Jane Eyre, but it's not, I promise. It's just the way that the setup of the house. And I always open the back door in the morning and I stand at the top of the stairs. Not so much now because it's raining a lot, but I love that feeling of just being quiet and listening in. And I always try and do something in the morning that serves me. And I know that people talk about these 3-hour routines, 4-hour routines, and they are not feasible for me with two children. I mean, yes, they could be. I could get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and then ignore my children, but it's just not the way that I want to live my life at this moment. And so I always ask myself every single morning, especially if I have a bit of time before they wake up, what do I need this morning? And sometimes it's having a journal and writing down the idea that I've had. And one of the things that happened last year is I wrote my first young adult book. And honestly, this book, I've spoken about it lots before, but this book tumbled out of me. I woke up in the morning. It was a Thursday morning, 4:30, and I just couldn't capture this book quick enough. I had all the characters. It was so fully formed. I've never experienced it in that sort of vivid detail before, and it was incredible. And so sometimes I will have moments of inspiration. Sometimes I will have had a broken sleep and I will need much more nourishment. I'll need some meditation. I'll need some reading, or sometimes I'll just watch something that will make me laugh, or sometimes I need something that just completely connects me back into, move that negative talk to the side. You can do this and it's going to be great. And off we go. That's sometimes what I need in that moment as well. So I want you to think about your mooning routine. You don't need a mooning routine, your morning routine, and ask yourself, what do you need? And then start to put together a lovely kind of like a cheese and biscuits platter of things that you can pick. And wherever possible, I would have all of those things that you need that are easily accessible. So things like playlists, things like having your books next to your bed, or your exercise clothes. One thing I've started doing with my exercise clothes now is when they come out of the wash, I create an outfit and then I keep it together. And that's really helped, because sometimes I'm like, I've got the top, I've got the leggings, I don't know where my sports bra is, why have I only got one sock? And again, it's all these things that if you get into the habit of prepping that moment is more likely to happen. Thanks for joining. As always, do follow along with the playlist. Let me know if you are creating any daily habits. I would love to hear. If I can also support you personally, if you're looking to make some big changes, small changes, consistent changes, all of my details are down below. Lots of love. Bye.